The moocher is here, eating her kitty treats. Hiding my shirt. Petty Squad, lifetime member.
I need at least 3 of those. At least.
Yeah, I saw that shirt and I was like, what? I need one.
I got one for my Secret Sounds of Coffee also that says coffee because, murder is wrong.
That's a good one. My shirt just says, time to hallucinate wildly staring at the tattooed shavings of dead trees. Try to figure out what that means.
I don't have anything on my shirt. I just put my name on it is all.
Nasty woman.
That's what they used to call me.
Anybody got any announcements?
We'll be on Sienna's for Friday. I think it may be a little later than 7:30, so it might be 8 o'clock Eastern, but that's about it.
She's got a new job, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to go live, but the demons down there have been...
Because it's July 4th week. They got to be out there shooting fireworks and all kinds of crap.
They're just... Because it's weird because I was talking to the neighbors and they were saying that the demons down there had informed them that they were only having band practice on Monday. Well, Monday was 4th of July. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they were just band practice. I'm like, shut up.
Thank you, Margaret.
So...
My little village had their July 4th fireworks show the Lions Club puts on, and I missed it last year because I think they did it on a night we were live for something else. They always do it on a Saturday night, but I was live or something. I couldn't go. This year I went, and it's always like a very small group that walk over there. Thank you, Impish, and watch it from my side of the neighborhood because they have a big fair going on. Most people go to the fair, and I don't go to that because it's a bunch of unmasked people and Trumpy people. So anyway, I go down there, and normally I sit there like on the base of a light pole, and just sit there with my neighbor's kids and stuff, and it's always fun. This year, my neighbor and his kids did not go, and I walked down there by myself, and all these people had driven in on motorcycles and cars, and I have never seen so many coolers of beer and so many drunk people. And I'm like, okay, where are the cops? We don't have an open state. Just the biggest mess you have ever seen, and staggering around and yelling, and it just looked like I was at a Trump rally.
I like the fair here at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, because they have a whole section where they have like the 4-H stuff with the farm animals that they bring out. But then they have like a whole nother section where it's just like local artists displaying their artwork, crystals, like all sorts of really cool stuff.
Is that where you saw the little kid get?
No, that was at a petting zoo. That petting zoo is permanent, and it's up in Orange County. I forget the name of the beach. But yeah, that one wasn't at the fair. That was at a permanent. That was the best day of our lives. We're going to hell. Tina and I are going to hell.
Max is going first for sure. I just want him to know that, because when you sent me the picture on his birthday, and I told you about the Ethiopian to fly, and then big smile, I'm like, this man here. I got a good chuckle out of that. That was.
Yeah, you think
he
I'm
ain't happy until there's some
Peanut.
despair going on somewhere.
You should see Peanut, like he's all quiet and stuff, but don't let it fool you.
Let a goat knock down a child.
And it wasn't just one goat. It was like, I don't know what kind of goats they are, but they're the little ones that don't get very big with the huge pot bellies. And they just rushed that kid and knocked him on his ass, and Matt's just sitting there pointing and laughing.
Because who gave that boy them little treats? Don't feed. What part of don't feed didn't the adults understand not to give them little boy?
He must have gotten away from his parents because he just walked in there with his little tray of it's like a tiny little tray of carrots and lettuce and tomatoes and stuff. And the goats were in the corner just doing their own thing. And they saw the kid and they all just like torpedoed. What is that?
It's like food.
It was the best day of my life. And then that same day we saw they have an emu bird there. And we were waiting in line to pay to get our little basket of food to go feed the donkeys and stuff. And we watched the emu bird peck the crap out of this guy's head. I was like, we are not feeding that animal right there. So, yep.
Okay. Well, let's start here. Trump, he's been doing a lot of interviews lately and stuff, trying to deflect from January 6th committee. If he gets back into office, he wants the death penalty for drug users like they have like in China and other places for entertainment purposes, only YouTube. Does he realize that he and Don Jr. have a problem?
Oh, before I get into that,
maybe that's how we get rid of him.
Brandon is saying the fainting goats are the best. Remember that video I sent you, Jenny, of the screaming goats are like, ah! And then they fall over.
Stiff-legged.
AKA melodramatic.
I don't know why I kept watching that video and I kept laughing so hard. I was
like, for drug dealers, well, same thing, because he and Junior and
his whole family
is buying from drug dealers, so he wants to kill off everybody that he buys from. Does he not even realize that they've got some substance abuse issues going on?
Somebody must have been sitting by him and was like, you know what the worst thing in the world is a drug user. And he was like, yeah, you know what, we should have the death penalty for drug use. Because he doesn't come up with these things on his own completely. I mean, he's halfway there. I ain't trying to say he ain't stupid. I'm just saying he ain't come up with an idea stupid. He's just followed the idea stupid.
He's about 100 rupees short of a penny.
0.1 cents.
So does he realize his family has a drug addiction problem?
Okay.
Oh, that's what you call it. Okay.
Well, didn't he admit a long time ago, like in the 80s, that he did a bunch of cocaine and everything else? Or am I just imagining that?
I don't think he's ever admitted it, but we all know in the 70s and 80s when he was going to Studio 54 and hanging out with Mr. Epps.
He was just drinking water, minding his own business in the corner. Yeah.
Reading his prayer book.
Yeah. Supervising the events and holding a prayer club in the corner.
I get Melania knows that the family's got an addiction issue. What are you getting, Johnny?
Yes, they do, but it's not. It's drugs when you do it. It's not drugs when I do it. When I do it, it's so I can be balanced and so I can be on. You know, it's like that type of thing what all of them do before a show. They go and then they go out and da da da. But with the family, yes, it's something that they need to do. And this flew out too while I was shuffling. But there's my yes there. But it's only drugs when you do it. When I do it, it's a stabilizer.
That's it. What are you getting, Becca?
I get that there's a woman that is suffering from it heavily. So I'm wondering what kind of pills his wife is.
I bet she's on a lot of pain pills.
Yeah, because this right here would be pain and suffering. And then she's got a big problem with it. She's got like a stockpile of that stuff somewhere.
They keep the interest. I get he uses it for balance too, and that they share stuff between them, as well as do it in isolation, you know, like the whole family. But they only take actions like when they're anxious, you know, because they're doing a rally, just to change their mood and get them up. I get 2 women and a man in addition to Trump. And I also get the mom, so that could be Melania may have a problem too. Like it's the whole family. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Puff, puff, pass.
Hey, Catherine. Well, let's see.
I wonder if they all have the same pharmacist, or if they're hiding things from each other, or does everybody know everybody's business?
I want to ask what Melania, because I'm getting Melania. What's Melania's medication of choice?
What's her vice?
What's her medication of choice?
Melania Trump. Ronnie Jackson is their pharmacist, I bet you. He's a piece of work.
Ooh, asking about Melania, and there she is again. He's got something. We're asking what Melania's medication of choice is.
I get something to do with either balance or back pain or both. But it's possible. I hate these big swaths of numbers, but it's 2 to 5. So it's not one. It ain't a Tylenol, it ain't an aspirin. This ain't over the counter. But it's something to do with her balance as well. So I don't know if she is taking something for either her legs or vertigo or something to do with her balance, but she also has a back issue too, and has something for that. But she's got multiple medications. I'll just say it that way.
Yeah, I get definitely back issues, something, you know, like nerve issue, something for that affects her balance. I get whatever she's taking is strong for mom. Like she's doing some little traveling sometimes when she's doing it. I get she takes something to balance her emotions, and it may cause her to, you know, just kind of run in her own head and not be in reality, so to speak. And I guess she shares something with someone. Everything else I get she takes like when she's alone, but she shares something.
I wonder if she has like something with like codeine or something, and she gives it to people who need it or something like that.
Yeah. What you getting, Becca?
I get that it's something that perhaps clears her muddy thinking or her bad moods and makes her a little bit more energetic. And
maybe that's what the balance I got is. Maybe she needs a stabilizer in the head type thing.
Because this is like anger, not anger, but like confusion, cloudy thinking, and then it clears up here, and then you get very optimistic here. So it's something that clears this up.
Donna, you're getting on my nerves again.
I mean, we're not here to make fun of people with, mental health issues are serious, but that lady right there, it's like, girl, you did that to yourself. So
That's where the I don't care, do you comes into play.
Yeah, the very first date.
Yeah.
So we have, we've got jobs report was great for the month of June. There's still staffing shortages, which part of it they say is because a lot of companies still aren't coming up on their salaries and stuff. Will the U.S. staffing shortages improve or worsen over the next 2 years under Biden? So going into 2024 elections, will the staffing shortages improve or worsen?
I get here with the new people, Ace of Cups meets the Tower. These fell out first. So there is no new resurgence or even surgence of new people or new people in the workforce. There's a Nine of Cups in the Wheel of Fortune. This is a long-term plan, though. They do have some sort of ideas in the long run because of fortunes. And I have a follow-up question too. Because of the fortunes here, because of the stuff with the Wheel of Fortune, something does have a desired result. The Six of Pentacles and the Justice, Seven of Wands, you do need to pay out more. And so the people are not going back to work in the Great Resignation. People didn't quit the jobs they loved. They quit the jobs they realized they didn't need. And so you have to actually entice people to come back into your place, especially when a lot of them made more on unemployment than they did working for you. And so the word of warning is the Page of Cups, though. So there will be some, I won't say emotions. It's more like unpleasant surprises, especially if I start with the Tower. So there's going to be some things that pop up that they have to deal with or that they need to confront. The leadership is in the Word of Solace, so somebody is going to have some good plans. Like I said, it's just going to take time with the Wheel of Fortune and Nine of Cups. It ends in the Emperor. So that would be yes, but this takes time. So over the next 2 years, yes, just don't think over the next 2 months, though. Next 2 years, things will improve. Next 2 months, no.
What you getting, Becca?
I get that there's growth in business and commerce, but it's slow because the trees do. So this isn't going to sprout out overnight. This takes a while. Business and commerce. The question was about staffing, correct?
About staffing, yeah. Will there be shortages? Will the shortages worsen or get better?
I get that there will be growth. It's slow. However, with these two here and it ending in ship, I would look more towards something to do in the industry that has to do with travel. So I don't know if that's, but this is travel over long distances. So I'm not talking Uber drivers or.
They're having a pilot shortage right now too.
Okay, well, that's travel. So it's there's growth, but it's slow. That makes any sense.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm getting all this stuff about minimum wage. I'm getting, every time they try to come up with something, it gets blocked and change is very, very slow. I get on it. So they're trying to work together, but things keep getting blocked. And meanwhile, America is looking at the wages. So it's minimum wage. I do get that there's also for the people of money, there's going to be more people retiring because they're going to make just as much on Social Security as they would working for you. So, the baby boomer generation is quite large. I'm at the tail end of it. I'm only 61, but there's quite a few that'll be retiring over the next 2 or 3 years that they'll make more money from Social Security probably than they will working, a lot of them. So I get it'll stay kind of slim. It's slow. It's very, very slow to grow.
So my follow-up question is, over the next 4 years, so the next 2 years of Biden and then possible 2 years of whoever comes in afterwards, or the other 2 years of him, which could swing his majority back in his favor if he got reelected, possibly. Will the minimum wage increase over the next 4 years? I actually read on this yesterday in a practice group.
I get yes.
I did too.
I get families that are below poverty line, judgment on them, the government taking an action. I'm getting about 3 years, and they take an action, try to balance things out. My yes card with the ace here, strength card, trying to bring a little bit of abundance to the working poor, basically. And I get they secure it. So I get a yes. What are y'all getting?
What you get back?
Got a yes.
We read on this, like I said, the practice class, we read on this yesterday. Everybody else got yes too. And we all got this card too with the 4 of Cups. It's like there is an offer, but it's very small. You have to look at it. This could be a blessing that you missed because of your reality down here. So if we're going from $7.25 to $10, $10 is still below the cost of living, but somebody making $7.25 just got a $3 jump in their per hour wage. So they can see it as a blessing, while those who live in New York and LA think, what am I going to do with $10? I can't even buy a glass of orange juice. So,
and here's another thing too. Even that measly $3 with this tax thing that they did, depending on what state you're in. Like here in California, they stripped us of basically everything under Donald Trump and the Republicans' tax plan. That $3 you're not going to see. It's just going to go to taxes anyways.
mm-hmm.
So,
And we've talked about this card, Jen, too, of why the 3 of Pentacles is depicted this way. But it's very interesting in this read. That chooses the reading, I guess. It's like crumbs falling from a bag type thing. So it's something. And then the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands here, there is progression, but it's an offer. It's quite shallow. And it's, yes, but it's, don't expect like $15 an hour, because that would make sense. So, but okay. But yes, over the next 4 years, that's what I get to.
I think the thing that'll keep taking wages up is the competition among, a lot of people that hire the minimum wage workers. So Target, Costco, when they raise theirs, then Walmart's got to come up, because they can't compete with higher salaries across the
Actually, they can. You know what they're going to do? Like the Walmart down the street here did? Fire all the employees and just put in a whole bunch of self-checkout lanes.
What Walmart's answer was, because Target raised nationally to $15. right after I quit, mind you. They raised theirs to $15. Walmart's answer was $9. So they'll always go behind because it's an easy job to get. You can get a Walmart job in 8 seconds. And you can be as unhappy as you want to be, and they'll still let you come in. Everybody else is going to try to make you be a team player. No, they just want you to clock in at Walmart. That's it. That's if you have a place to even work, because just like Becca said, most of the front end people are replaced by machines. The workers are all in the back somewhere. But you still want
It's an age-old question, because I mean, going back to the 1980s, I can remember at Macy's, they would complain because they made the same wage flipping burgers at McDonald's as they did working at Macy's. And at Macy's, we had a dress code,
Mm-hmm.
and who could afford that on minimum wage, right?
And more work to do.
Putting out stock and lifting stuff and blah, blah, blah.
My brother has 2 jobs. One, he sits down and makes $20. The other one, he stands up and makes $16.50. So it's like just, if I can do less work and make more money, then why wouldn't I do that? So you have to entice your workforce back in with something more than just medical, vision, and dental, which take half your check. And then when you go try to use any of that stuff, you still pay enormous amounts out of pocket anyway.
Yeah, because you got to choose their doctors. You can't even.
You have to wait a year before you use your dental, and you have to wait 8 months before you use your. It's like, okay, what is the point of even having it now?
Okay, so Lindsey Graham got subpoenaed by Fannie Willis, or the grand jury down in Georgia, along with, wait a minute, I got to look at my list. John Eastman, Lindsey Graham, Rudy Giuliani, Kenneth Chesborough, however you say his name, Jenna Ellis, Cleta Mitchell, and Jackie Pick Deason. Some of these people, I don't even know who they are, but Lindsey Graham, he's like saying he's not going to honor it. Now, can you imagine if a Democrat said they weren't going to honor a subpoena?
Can you imagine if anybody else in this country said to a grand jury subpoena?
Can you imagine if it was Raphael Warnock, they'd have him on the ground with a knee on his neck and handcuffs on him immediately, So Lindsey Graham, is he going to get forced to testify to the grand jury? We'll start there.
Get my petty lips on.
Get your petty lips on.
Grease your lips so you talk smack. That's how it works.
I need that on a t-shirt. Grease your lips so you talk smack.
What was the question again?
Lindsey Graham, will he get forced to honor the subpoena? Because a pretty high up superior judge had to rule on that, since it was subpoenaing somebody out of state that lives out of state.
That's calling to meddle in the election of somewhere he doesn't live and doesn't reside.
He's one of five congresspeople that have ever been subpoenaed by a grand jury. So he gets that hall of shame.
I was listening to some of the legal analysts, and they were saying he's not testifying as a target. He's testifying as a witness.
Yeah.
Right. And if he doesn't go in, he might become the target.
Why is he not the target? You got him on video, not videotape.
No,
don't you?
No, they don't have him on recording. They have Trump on recording.
Oh.
I thought they had Lindsey on recording with Raffensperger.
All they got is hearsay right there.
All they have is
everything.
All they have is no, because Lindsey Graham called Raffensperger first, and then when Trump called, Raffensperger was like, "Let me record this." But to my knowledge, he didn't record the conversation with Lindsey Graham, so it's all word against word. But
what you getting, Johnny? Is he going to get forced to?
I get 8 of cups in the world, though. He tries to escape still some more here, but it does come to an end eventually. You can do the woe is me all you want to, sir, because I do declare, but you are going to have to go in at some point to Pentacles, King of Pentacles. You're going to be constantly off balance. So whoever is behind this is not letting it go. You can do one of these and say, okay, let me go golfing with my BFF, but They're just going to come back again. So it ends in the Lovers and the Queen of Swords. So somebody is still after you. So you're still going to have to go in at some point, even if it's just written or whatever the case, or behind closed doors or whatever. But there is some sort of conversation you're going to have.
What you getting, Becca?
I pulled this one first, the ring, which is a yes. And then I pulled two more to see what was going on. He's part of that ring or that union. He has knowledge, and there's going to be problems. He's going to go. He's going to have to go, whether they have to handcuff his ass, which would be this, and drag him in. But it's going to cause him a lot of trouble. So.
Yeah, I get he's trying to get away with it, but I get Wheel of Fortune. They're going to bully him, push him. They'll get victory on getting him to talk. I get a big yes on that. But it's going to take time because he's going to manipulate the court system for all it's got. He is not happy about this. But the courts are going to say, nope, you got to do it. So I do get he eventually will talk, So will Lindsay become a target?
Target. There's always me again. Okay. Okay.
You going to talk smack?
Wait a minute. You gotta grease your lips when you talk smack. That's what it is. Why is it? Not that I need to give anybody an I ain't watching, so it's okay. Why is it that they go and commit crimes and keep records?
Because they're stupid. And they think they're untouchable. So
what is going on?
Stupid and arrogant? Does that
is that a choice? These people? Just there's a high priestess and the Nine of Cups. There is a collection of information, and he has it. So yes, he is going to be a target because there is something that he has. He didn't eat it. He didn't flush it. He didn't burn it. He didn't throw it away. He didn't put it in a safe deposit. Well, he might be in a safe deposit box or something, but you still have it. Like, why do you do things and then? Okay, OJ. Why? I mean, why are we like? Yes, to answer the question, I get the Three of Wands and the Ace of Cups there. But I
You gotta try to flip him like a pancake on that Ace of Cups.
That's making me want waffles right now.
It says secret syrup. The mysteries of the universe are sweeter than you know. Well, ain't that the truth?
That sounds like Lindsay.
I get a yes because of an offer that he made. Some sort of an offer. He extended something like, hey, but that's positive. So that's a yes.
I get a yes too, messing with the votes and trying to get him to throw some out. He's trapped in this. I get three. Three will be in the network. Will be facing court charges for things that they've done in the past, and it's big changes going through the court system. I get he made some sort of offer about shift some votes over here. He is not going to be happy with the courts. Not going to be happy.
But if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It's on you. Let me go and commit all the crimes in the world and then keep record of it. And then when somebody comes looking for him, well, there's nothing to see here. If you're going to follow Donald Trump, then follow his example. He ate all his evidence because actually he didn't. He has a limit to Mar-a-Lago and was like, "Oh, I'll work on these after the cheeseburger, I guess." And then he never got around to it because Gemini brain sometimes forgets what it's doing. And so, why do you still have all? Okay, go ahead. Maybe he thought he could blend it with his mint julep and drink it. Maybe that's what he was gonna do. I don't know. What a
And then
maroon.
you got Jenna Ellis that they've subpoenaed. I'm like, okay,
which
well,
one is Jenna Ellis, Jenny?
he's the one that was sitting next to broke ass rated Rudy Tootie 4 Seasons adult bookstore crematorium Giuliani when he farted in that court hearing.
But what was her role? What did she do exactly?
I think she was helping Rudy because she was sitting next to him when he was taking one of those election cases to court, and they were sitting in court, and you can hear Rudy farting right there on the microphone, and her looking like, "Uh-oh, warning."
I can't.
So, Rudy Tootie, Trump says he's in the hospital because of all that this has done to him.
Why? Hold on.
All the stress that's been put on Rudy. Trump said at a rally that Rudy was in the hospital. So first I want to know, is Rudy in the hospital?
For his mental health or physical health?
And if he's in the hospital, for what?
Is Rudy in the hospital? Well, I won't fall out then. I get the star. That's hope and healing. Illness. Healing after illness.
All this stress on poor Rudy. You know, why didn't you retire, Rudy, and stay away from the stress?
I mean, then the Queen of Cups, my nurse card. 9 of Pentacles ain't got nothing to do with stress, though. Page of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Okay. I ain't ready. Let's make it make sense. Wait, let me pull all this back in. Ask again. Is he in the hospital?
I don't get a hospital. I got the storks, the ship, and the lilies. This is somewhere where you go for rest and relaxation. So I don't know.
Rehab.
That's what I was going to say. Like maybe he took a weekend trip to a rehab center of some sort because this is not a hospital. This is change and improvement. There's your travel, and there's your rest and relaxation.
Yep. The higher for me is hospital. I get he's at home or somewhere relaxing too. It's like Trump. Ring, ring. The dust is, Georgia is sending you the subpoena here. I'm going to say, like, you have to go away. I'm going to, that you've got to recover, that you're going away. You're in isolation. He's at home watching all this. He's not in the hospital.
What's wrong with him? Can we ask that?
Well,
maybe that will explain where he is.
Is he trying to hide from the subpoena? Giuliani's lawyer said that he hasn't received one yet. So is he trying to hide before they can deliver?
New York Post, Giuliani undergoes heart stent surgery. Okay.
New York Post isn't the most trusted newspaper, by the way.
I got the star in my nurses. So there's a healing thing, but I don't know what it's for. What's wrong with them?
What's going on with Rudy's health?
Tower, 8 of Wands, and the Strength. Strength for me, that's my good health card. And Tower would be bad health. And there's I don't say, because I don't get anything about, I only pull 3 cards, so I don't get anything about heart, but I do get the Star and the Queen of Cups. So there is some sort of healing or recuperation that his body is doing. But it ain't got nothing to do with stress.
I saw in the chat too that they were saying he had stents. put in or replaced or whatever. I didn't get anything on a surgery. I got relaxation, rest, like. So
I don't get anything going on in the circulatory system or with his heart or anything, which stents are put in the circulatory system. I get he's not balanced and he's probably drinking a lot, like drinking like a fish, right? He's got a doctor he needs a doctor because he's sick of all his lies. He's drunk. He's drunk and he's using other forms of medication.
I asked what is wrong with Rudy Giuliani. I get the snake, the clover, and the man. He's a liar, look, and an opportunist.
He talks too much. He's
a liar and an opportunist.
That's like Spirit just shook the bag and said, well, I'll give you this one. Because what's wrong with him? There's a whole bunch in here.
A liar and an opportunist.
Oh, who wears shoe dye?
I need a shirt that says my guides are petty too.
These cards, I tell you. What's wrong with Rudy? He's a liar and an opportunist.
So Rudy, is he going to become a target in Georgia? We know he's going to eventually receive that subpoena and fight it in court. I always call him broke ass. I need to start calling him drunk ass. Rudy. He's always drunk.
Drinking all that shoe polish.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got tapped on the back, because of that guy in the grocery store patted him on the back and he almost fell down, because he hit him so hard. The video just shows the guy smacking him on the back.
And then who was it in New York that said that they should press charges against Rudy Giuliani for filing fake charges or something? Because the guy just patted him on the back and was like, "What's up, scumbag?" And he's like,
"Oh Lord!"
Don't be touching Rudy. If you see him, he'll sue you.
How the
mighty is contagious.
I mean, I guess everybody in New York knew what a piece of crap he was back when he was the mayor or whatever, but he had the whole 9/11 thing. So he rode those coattails being the self-aggrandizing piece of crap.
He was America's mayor.
Yeah, no, he just used it for his own political aspirations, but to see him go from that to this, it's like
sad.
I don't think it's sad. I think it's one of the best,
I think that going from that to this is we saw him as that. He was never really that.
No.
He was always this because the people in New York knew who he was. Yeah. Everybody else, I mean, it's good marketing. Just like I thought Donald Trump was a rich billionaire real estate tycoon because that's what he was on TV. It's like, but people in New York also knew who he was too. Mm-hmm. But everybody else was like, I believe the marketing because NBC put him out as this big time, big shot. And he's the worst businessman that has ever existed. So I guess the veneer, the facade fades away and you see what's underneath. Will he be a target? I get yes. Ace of Swords and Magician. There's information about something he manipulated. The Wheel of Fortune and the Knight of Wands. This is also one of those overtime things, but it actually is in motion. So this is not something you have to wait forever for. By this time next year, what is this, July? So we may hear more about it and maybe court cases and that type of thing. And if we hear about it this time next year, then their court case will be set for November or something stupid like that. But yeah.
He's saying that they hope if they can get these people in to testify, they hope that they can determine if there will be any indictments by the end of September, which is pretty fast, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Yes. I get that there's a large group of people, a community of peers that are about to roll that dice and get real lucky. I get that he was also part of the network, that whole network of the plan of the people that were congregating to overturn Georgia. So actually, yes, this is a positive. So, yep.
Yeah, there's going to be an abundance of indictments. I get, and sending out a message here, going through the courts and wrapping it up and sending out those indictments. So, yeah, he's going to get one. He's going to get one. Drink up, Rudy. This may be your last time.
Speaking of which,
that prison hooch.
we were talking behind. I just remembered we were talking before you went live, Jenny, and you were saying somebody was going to go talk to it was One-Eyed Stewie, the gopher. I was the person that was wanting to go before the committee too, with cameras rolling and everything else to make a big show out of it, was I believe it was Steve Bannon that was wanting to do that.
Well, now, because Steve Bannon's trial, that was one of my next questions.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
That's okay. We'll just skip on over to that one. Wait, let me get to my Bannon notes here. So, Steve Bannon's trial is set to, well, first of all, his house got swatted in D.C. Did you hear about that? By the FBI.
So, what? Back it up. What happened with Steve Bannon?
So somebody called and falsely reported hearing a gunshot in his house in Washington, D.C. So they swarmed his house. There were people in the house, but they were like, no, nobody's shooting a gun in here. Everybody's fine, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out it was a false report, a false 911 call. So I want to know, did they do that intentionally to Bannon because they wanted to see who was in his house or what was going on? Or was this a legitimate, some fool pulled a prank?
He's got a troll.
He's got a troll that called 911. So there was gunshot in his, they had to cordon off his whole street. They swarmed his house. It's called swatting it. So sent the SWAT team out.
Why did they do that?
And Bannon was like very nice about it and everything. Oh, yeah, that's all right. Got a lot of fun, Steve Bannon tonight. Swatted his house.
Why did they do that?
I'm assuming everyone inside was white because no one was killed. Going into the house
after a gun.
After a gunshot was heard.
Mm-hmm. He is a troll. That's funny and not funny, but it's trolling is bad, except when it's good. So there you go. I get the Hermit and the Ten of Pentacles. They wanted to look inside the house, or they wanted the Hermit to come outside the house. But this is the family, and the Ten of Pentacles is your family, your lineage, that type of thing. The Hermit is a hermit, somebody who is very Steve Bannon-ish, or just doesn't leave the house. We'll just say it that way. Knight of Wands and the Two of Wands. Again, there was a plan for some sort of action. They wanted the whole dramatic knock the door down thing. Whoever was doing this wanted cops in their neighborhood, basically. You know, they wanted the camera and the drama and the hide this and hide that. So, yeah, I mean, it was trollish behavior, but I'm still kind of here for it, so there you go.
What you getting, Becca?
I'm with Johnny. Trolling is bad, except when it's against bad people that deserve it. So. I get that there's a woman that was looking for access for some way to get into a closed-off area that needed investigating, but it was closed.
It was a woman who did the prank call.
Oh, it was? Okay, because there's access or an answer. There's a woman. And then there's going in a new direction, like, you know, but then there's an investigation that closes or looking into something that is closed off. It's closed. You can't get in.
Yeah.
So,
I get this was work. This was looking for something tangible and illumination on something that they have been kind of watching and trying to. So they thought throw him off balance and run in there because it's something that Bannon holds close to his chest and would be very nervous if they got a hold of. So I get there was a big agreement to go in there, create this chaos, and take a look around, see what they can learn. So act like you're supportive. We're here in love and peace, and we're just here to make sure everybody's okay. But no, they were trying to learn something. So his
a troll. Lucky girl, Terry, Kathy, Sharon. Why y'all ain't help him? He had trolls at his house.
Y'all need to get over to Bannon's.
We need y'all help.
No, not Bannon. Actually, for Bannon, invite the trolls. Be like, come over here.
Never mind that hotel in DC. We're meeting at my house tonight. Mm-hmm. So his trial for his 2 counts of contempt of Congress is July 18th. Trump is now saying that he may waive his executive privilege on Bannon so that Bannon can testify to the January 6th committee. Well, first of all, Trump doesn't have executive privilege. He's no longer the president. So it's all just, word art salad. But is his trying to cooperate, trying to get out of this trial? Because, and we'll look at that next, because even if you go testify, you still were in contempt of Congress, and you still have that court case that you have to go to.
Yeah. So what's the question? Because he can't.
Will he testify to the January 6th committee soon, before his trial date, July 18th?
Y'all want to help him?
It's a Hail Mary, as I saw in the news. It's a last minute Hail Mary, like, shoot, I'm going to jail again. I better go in and testify. And Trump trying to say it's okay, you can go testify.
So will he?
Had all these months he could have testified, but he waits till a week before his court case.
As for yes or no, I get yes. The reading says, though, there's some convoluted reasons why he say he can't like the little violin. So he's because that's the first thing I saw when I looked at his cards. It's like he's playing the sad music. There's the 8 of Swords. There's something he's locked into that he can't quite escape from, though, with the 8 of Swords and the Temperance. So it's almost like eventually you're going to have to do this type thing, but Jesus says confusion. So it's like there is something that he is still trying to convolute, that he is trying to cloud up, that he's still fighting it. But when I ask just yes or no, I do get yes.
What are you getting, Becca?
I got the letter, the tree, and the birds. He has to go to a meeting. There's a meeting taking place. So there's your results. There's something that's really solid, and then there's the meeting. So before his trial, I asked too, and that says he has to go to that meeting, sing, talk like a bird. So yeah.
I'm not sure he's going to do it before the trial. I think they may, they're dissatisfied with him. I think they may block him before his trial gets all the details worked out. I think it's almost like they want to put him through that before they work with him. So this is slow and steady. They're going to drag this out. and try to make him go through that. Because I get he's heading for the tower. His world is about to crash and burn. He just doesn't even see it. There is confusion, as you said, Johnny. Jesus is in my house too. And he will eventually, yes. But there's something murky about it. They're playing with him. They're playing that little violin for him. He's on the deck of the Titanic and the band is playing. And they're not going to play by his rules. He's had all these months to testify. I think they're going to make him go to court first.
I mean, okay.
His lawyer, Robert Costello, has put in to end his representation of Steve Bannon because he may be called as a witness in the July 18th trial. His lawyer may be a witness in the trial. So he's having to remove himself as Bannon's lawyer. So Bannon's lawyer make attorneys get attorneys, MAGA.
My attorney got an attorney.
Lawyers need lawyers.
This is what I don't get, dude. The ship, the Titanic, has hit the iceberg. It is split. People are going to the bottom of the ocean. You still got these dumb sons of bees like, I still want to get on the train. It's like, it's sinking.
Excuse me, Judge. Excuse me. We may have to delay this court hearing because I've been called as a witness.
Because the Titanic is sinking and the boat needs a boat. And you still want to get on it.
Yep.
Nearer, my God, to thee.
I mean, I guess stupidity can be entertaining for the rest of us,
Because, petty squad.
I don't understand, though.
Bannon's lawyer has been called to be a witness by the opposing prosecutors.
Why would you represent him in the first place?
For his contempt of Congress. So what the hell did his lawyer do that he's now a witness?
Oh my God. Is that the question? What did his lawyer do that he's a witness?
Yeah, because what happened to attorney-client privilege? Well, apparently whatever his lawyer didn't involve Bannon directly.
Attorney-client privilege, to my understanding from what I've seen,
is between Bannon and the lawyer. So the lawyer did something outside of Bannon.
Attorney-client privilege does not cover when the attorney and the client are working together to cover up a crime.
A crime.
So, to my understanding, from what I've seen on the news with legal experts, but
why is Robert Costello called as a witness now against Bannon?
What is happening?
Donnie's going, these people.
We share a planet with these people.
Becca, come get all your children.
Please.
Have to spew out. You forgot the lawyers of the lawyers.
Yeah, don't. They really didn't use Groupon, did they? No, they need to now because all of them need lawyers. Like it's like Donald Trump needing a real estate agent too. It's like
excuse me, I've got a crooked lawyer that's now witnessing for the other opposing side.
God,
I need time to find another lawyer.
What is
Rudy can't even help you, Steve. He lost his law license.
And so did Sidney Powell.
The choices are getting slimmer.
Matlock dead. Y'all better find something to do.
And Stewie shot his eye out, and he went to law school too. So I don't know.
He did. He could only see half your problems, though.
One-eyed Stewie Rhodes. Every time I think about him, I think of Barney Fife pulling his gun out and it going off.
You'll shoot your eye out.
and Andy Griffith going over and taking his bullets out of his gun.
Oh, the gopher. The gopher.
Oh my God. We're sitting in class and this is what pow, and it's like
Barney.
And then you just imagine everybody sitting in class either shocked or like, this fool here, did he? Are you okay? Because I'm getting out of here. He's shooting people. He started with himself, though, so good for you. Oh, he's his own little personal terrorist. Ain't that special? Oh, Jesus.
Wait, I forgot my question. Oh, Robert Costello, what's he going to testify about?
I get that he's a witness because he was part of some sort of a meeting that was taking place, that was an official meeting that was looking at choices and options for a win. But he was in a meeting, quite possibly in a very tall building where they were strategizing options for a win. So I don't know if this... What was that thing that the headquarters that they set up, the Willard Hotel or whatever, maybe something like that? Because here's the elections, your options for a win, make it legal, also a very tall building for what they were desiring, and there's your meeting. So,
wasn't there an old movie called Willard about rats, like attacking people or something? That's what the Willard Hotel was. It was all rats attacking each other.
It was infested.
I don't know the roster of people that was there, but it would be interesting to see if he was there, but that, unless I'm interpreting the cards wrong, I could be, but
I get there was possibly 5 people, 2 of cups, 3 of cups, some sort of meeting here. There was 2 women here that are important enough to be in the reading with nobody else in it. So these 2, this is the second card. The first card is Queen of Pentacles, and then the last card is Queen of Wands. So there's 2 women there for sure. These 2 are more important to this story for whatever reason. There's information that is coming out, though. It may have something to do with laptops or cell phones because it's stored somewhere. But it's either, I guess maybe one of these 2 women have it. I don't know. But there's information because they get the Hermit. So injustice. So there's investigation of someone's devices possibly. And the information that they are seeking is on those things. And so maybe someone who has been raided recently or in the past, and the breadcrumbs are leading to this guy as well.
Leading back. And now he's called as a witness.
Yes.
Yeah, I get something like he has knowledge of, but that he's been like trying to keep quiet. A surprise action, a surprise attack, getting everybody charged up emotionally and getting them all erratic and everything. So it's something to do with January 6th that he knows the truth about, and trying to do something with the courts over the subpoenas, over the contempt of Congress. He did some things trying to end that court case that are sticky. Tried to burden the courts, so they're looking at it now differently. So he's caught in 2 worlds.
My number 1 question for every single one of them: was it worth it?
Because y'all fixing to go to jail, and that orange mango is over in Mar-a-Lago or New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. Elbow deep in Cheeto bags, and y'all out there sweating your pants off because somebody's coming after you.
While he's cheating at golf and swindling and grifting people.
Well, inmate 1458910 is going to be yelling across the hall to inmate 642983. Robert, hey, Steve, how are you?
R2T2.
So is Robert Costello going to get called into the January 6th committee?
Now, who is he?
He's the lawyer that's getting ready to dump Bannon to witness in the court.
It's just names. It's like,
yeah. I can't even keep up with them anymore. It's like every time people ask us questions, the community tab, I have to like go refresh my memory. It's like, okay, who is that?
Too many names. January 6th.
But Costello, is he going to have to testify to January 6th committee? They've got some evidence on him, to your point, Johnny, like from somebody's phone or something.
Because keep records. Why not? I'm just about to do something bad is all.
Yeah, like maybe from Eastman's phone that just got confiscated.
Oh, just that gave me, I'm sorry.
I want to see the warrant.
That was just too funny. I just can't help it.
They took my phone before they showed me the warrant.
That man literally took his hands real softly, like, and just put him on his head. It's like, this is the position you need to assume while we take your stuff. I want to see a warrant. You'll see it. Let her dig it out her Ashay Pay case, right?
We'll show it to you in the squad car later.
Here you go.
He wasn't even arrested. They just took his phone. That's all they were there for.
What I think is pretty hilarious about the whole John Eastman thing, he knew that none of this shenanigan was going to work. He knew it wasn't going to work. He knew it wasn't going to work. And here you are paying the consequences.
Yeah.
Was it worth it? Like Johnny said, was it worth it?
And what you walking around with your phone for?
Ask him again in 10 to 20.
Oh.
Is he going to get called in? I'm getting a big yes. What are you getting, Johnny?
Yes. If I ask yes or no, I get a yes with the 9 of cups. The reading says the Hierophant. So there is something here. It's like behind the curtain type thing, where the real thing is that everything in front of you is the show part. And the Page of Pentacles in the world, there is again something here. There's evidence that, and then the Devil. There's evidence. It's on something, though. The Page of Pentacles is something physical. So it's
and it's on a phone or something.
Yes, it's on some sort of communication device. So all the popping firecrackers again. Why? Will you please stop? Jesus, Christian.
What you getting, Becca?
Yep, there's a woman in law that's quite persistent. The law or the courts or DOJ or whatever will achieve its goals. So I say yes. I say yes too. He knows something about January 6th, the insurrection. I get America celebrating because there's going to be some Republicans. There's going to be lawyers like Mr. Costello. There's going to be other people. There's another woman also that's going to come in. There is evidence on some form of communication, maybe even on the internet, agreements that they made to betray. So he's not only big yes on the committee, but he's going to have to sit in front of the government. But I feel like this will go to a higher court too. So let's see.
Thank you, Shirley. They need a lawyer if you haven't retired yet.
Thank you, Mountain Dancer. I don't know where we're going to go next. Let's see. I want to know, is Christopher Wray nonpartisan? I don't understand why he's still heading up the FBI. Is he nonpartisan?
I had a flip out. Oh, Lord. Okay. Let's see.
I mean, he is making sure these peanut butter boys and oath creepers are getting arrested, but is he nonpartisan? Hey, Lori. Lena will be with us next week on Becca's channel.
What?
Oh, you hadn't seen the email yet.
Email.
Lena sent us an email wanting to join us next week, and I
yeah, for sure.
Sorry, we're on your channel, but Lena's joining us. Christopher Ray.
And for those who haven't seen it, there's to send prayers and healing energy to Ona's mother, who had hip surgery recently after a fall.
She's doing well, we heard. I hear those fireworks.
I mean, because why? It's the 10th of July. I get it's circumstantial. He can be impartial with some things, but overall, I'm just going to go with the no. Because if the 10 of swords flew out first and then these came out next.
It flew over here.
And look what's on the bottom of your deck.
Oh, the bully.
So I'm just going to go with no.
So I had pulled one card and I got the clouds. So I pulled two more to see what's going on. Saying no, he's committed to something here that he knows about. But also he's starting to become very doubtful because of what he's learning.
So he may be changing his mind a little.
Yeah, because here's the doubt, here's the commitment, and then here's learning. So I asked, is he nonpartisan? I got this. No. So I pulled two more. No, but he's starting to question what he's committed to as he continues to learn. Continued education, routine education. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, interesting, because that's kind of where I was at. Like, he's a Republican in the past, and committed to that. But as he's getting the details of all these plans coming off the ground, he's kind of shifting. But I get a no. He may talk as if he defends his position. Thank you, Mary. But something about the election and the money in the government is making him a little more of working across the aisle, as I get with this card. He feels very burdened right now. He's like kind of stuck. But I feel like he's not really impartial, but he's, to Becca's point, getting swayed a little bit. That's interesting.
Well, you got to think. Look at all the Republicans that are getting busted. And he's FBI, so he probably knows a hell of a lot more than you and I do. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
So Tucker Carlson and other Fox News hosts are blaming women, pot, and face tattoos for mass shootings for entertainment purposes only. YouTube. So women, because we de-emasculate men, and we're just problems through and through.
If I may play devil's advocate, if women are the problem, then why are you forcing us to give birth? Because if you didn't use us as brooding mares, maybe you would have less mass shooters. Just
if that's your logic.
Okay.
And pot, because pot is just so horrible, and it was here in Illinois where it's legal. It's and apparently Crimo smoked a lot of pot. Well, a lot of people smoke a lot of pot, but they don't go out and shoot people.
The opposite.
We've gone from the doors to women. What's next? Roofs, ladders.
Yeah. We need doors in the school, but we can't figure out how to put doors on a parade yet. So we got to come up with something else. That's the problem. Oh, it's women and face tattoos. And
but why is it not men? And I'm not even trying to bash men, but when you look through history,
all day because statistics show that all the mass shooters are all men, white men.
White men.
Just look through history, all of the great atrocities on all of the continents outside of Antarctica. It's Andrew Jackson in the Trail of Tears, Adolf Hitler, and the Holocaust. So what? Lorena Bobbitt, is that your only example? Like, where's the woman who led up the Inquisition to get rid of all of a race of people? Where's the...
Thank you, Tim. It's always white men. I hate to bash on the white men, but it's always white men that start the wars, that start that anger, feeling out of power, feeling. Trust me, guys. I realize there are some wonderful super white men out there. I've read for a few in my lifetime.
He wouldn't do a mass shooting, so it's not everybody's bad. But we're saying if you're going to stereotype and categorize and then say, well, women is the problem, why isn't it men when you have an example of men?
And then you have people like Tucker Carlson spewing toxic masculinity, and Rush Limbaugh too, and that piece of shit, sorry Jenny, Steve Bannon spewing talk. It's the men that are radicalizing other men. And then
it couldn't have been Crimo's father, who was a Trumpster, dragging him around to all the rallies and stuff. It couldn't have been him.
His dad was the one that bought him the gun when he came home and said, "I'm going to kill all of you and grandma." And he was like, "Let's go buy you a gun, son, because that sounds fantastic." Like, wasn't the mom. It wasn't the mom.
Blame the dog.
So, doors, ladders, women.
What about face tattoos? Why is it face tattoos though?
Because he had a face tattoo, so apparently face tattoos.
Is there like
a lot of gang members do face tattoos. Now this kid wasn't in a gang; he just had a face tattoo. Because
I guarantee you that Tucker Carlson just so happened to conveniently not include in that reporting on his show that the kid was a freaking Trump supporter. I'm sure he left that out.
Yeah,
I'm sure he left that out.
I love that there was somebody I was watching was going up to Republican male lawmakers and was asking them, if your wife was raped and got pregnant, would you want her to get an abortion, or would you want her to have that baby? And if she had that baby, would you raise it as your own in your family because it's your wife?
She was raped
by
a white man, maybe
grocery shopping for all your goodies, taking care of you every night, cooking your supper, and she gets attacked and raped. Would you want your wife to have that baby?
Your 10-year-old daughter.
Yeah,
like that recent case. Your 10-year-old.
Well, if it's your 10-year-old daughter, guess who's probably doing it?
Got snatched at school or something, and guess what?
But it's why. I mean, I get why he's doing it because it's sensationalism. But why is it not his fault then? Because you and Hannity and Riley and all them people on that side do nothing but radicalize your audience.
That's because they keep talking about, the white men are demasculated in today's society. Well, Tucker,
somebody's coming to get you, and then you feel like you need to strike first.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not a woman's fault. You maybe the women at Fox News, like your Ingram, who's a Nazi, but the rest of them, okay. What's the question, Matt?
Well, my question is, who is Fox News going to blame next? In the next mass shooting?
Face tattoo.
I have the answer right here, John.
Devil put your tools away.
I'm telling you, I came up with a genius idea. I'm going to go buy one of those retired school buses, paint it pink, and drive it around all these states that just banned abortion. and name my little bus the neuter scooter.
Right here. I'm telling you, Becca, to Johnny's point last week, you need those little scissors like you
use these.
Just
so like pinch.
Because they've all been drinking soda from cans that are making them shrink anyway.
Just shrink anyway.
And canning their balls, so I mean they're no use anyway.
Oh gosh. I can't do it.
And somehow it's women's fault. It's women's fault that y'all are tanning their balls.
Tanning their balls and feeling demasculated and emasculated, whatever the word is.
So who are they going to blame next?
Who are they going to blame next?
There might be some sort of it's a woman or a women's group that they protest and fight, but it's more of an empowerment thing. So they may be like nude or something of that nature. So because like there, for instance, there is, I think it's in New York. I seen this of all places on Wendy Williams' show, where women don't have to wear shirts, because if men don't, then why do we? Like, you sexualized me, that's why I have to wear one. But go ahead.
I was going to say the pro-birthers are the same ones that were just a few years ago losing their minds for women breastfeeding their children in public.
Yes, it's something about empowerment, but it's not. They're not fully dressed, so it's something about women's empowerment though, and they see it as a conflict. But it has something to do. Well, it does have something to do with motherhood, but it's something like that, though.
I get justice and judgment on 2 men, if you catch my drift, because they would like to stab that sector of our society.
Mm-hmm.
That's the next thing they want to work on to cause anxiety. So that's their next message they're going to highlight, anti-LGBTQ.
They're going to blame livestock and animals.
Yeah, of course.
Horses, cows, pigs. I was just thinking about that. I was thinking about that the other day. Remember when I read that book, Pearl, about the
crazy pig, murdering pig?
The telepathic serial killer pig. And I'm like, that's actually genius. I could have like a whole entire army of assassins, but I wouldn't make them pigs because they're too big. So I'd make it something cute, like a bunny. Oh, look at the cute little bunny. No, it's a serial killer, and it mind controls you.
I typed a message in the private chat for you to read.
That's exactly what I was thinking about. I was about to lose it. We had a little text going on, guys.
Oh, mercy alive.
Oh,
so maybe they'll be watching.
Not even going to hell, and I'm driving the
I
bus.
know it.
I'm driving the bus.
Right off a cliff. Will there be any lawsuits to help enforce the separation of church and state? Because right now we're seeing they're trying to break that barrier down through the Supreme Court. Will there be any lawsuits to help enforce the separation of church and state?
Now, again, there was a post Becca put on her community tab of a little girl dancing around a pentagram. So if you want prayer back in school, be careful what you ask for. We don't all pray the same, and we don't all pray to the same thing. So if you want it back in school, go right ahead. When I come in there talking about Hail Satan, don't say nothing to me.
I had you guys on mute.
Becca go in, hail me.
Well, there was a guy in Florida that did that because there was somewhere in Florida, I forget what county, if it was Tampa or Orlando or something, where the county government was holding daily prayer services before they got to work. And this guy was like, oh, I'm trolling you. So because they made it law that every morning before they got to work, they had to do prayer service. He went up there to the podium and started praying to freaking Satan every day. That lasted for like a week before they were just like, okay, we're done. No more prayer service. Like, it's like, you did it. You did it. So you just opened up a can of worms, and you can't just say it only applies to Christianity, because then now you're going after my religious freedom.
That's right.
So those are the kind of trolls I like.
But what's good for the goose is good for the geese. So if you're going to do that, then I get to pray to whoever I want to, even if it's the god of, nachos and Sprite. So it's like, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I get the Hanged Man. So there will be some looking at something. There will be some perspectives that are taking into account. There's no action with this, though, but this is an ongoing issue for the tree that the person hangs from is still alive. So it's still an ongoing thing. The Five of Cups and the Fool. There will be no more incorporations of prayer in school, but there will be some more like Hobby Lobby type things, to where a person's religion is going to supersede the law in some places and things of that nature. So that's when the argument comes back. With the Hangman, it doesn't quite go waste. And then the 10 of Wands and the Hermit. No, I don't get that there will ever be something concrete saying separation of church and state. Well, it is concrete. Well, it's a law now, or I guess it's an understanding is what it is now, but it's not going to be something that is absolutely red line. Can't cross it. Not in this country.
I got letter, sun, and heart. Now with letter here, this is all sorts of documents. Letter, mail. So I'm not sure if this is in regards to the Constitution. Or
it's in there.
It's not that hard to read. The thing's only.
It's in the very first part, the separation.
It's only 1,500 words, so you don't get to, just because you're in the state doesn't mean you get to hold your own constitutional convention to just edit how you want. But this article here is very successful and triumphant, and they get what they desire. So lawsuits. This is like saying yes because this thing is solid. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like they use the Constitution.
Yeah.
To if I'm making sense.
Absolutely. I get they go after practical applications. So, looking at options with the youth of today, and they've got strong cases here. I get like people in power and lawyers, bringing this up, taking it up, taking it to court. I also get some smaller cases that we may not even see as much, but trying to break that grip, but it's going to involve the children. So schools, and force them to walk away because they're going to get all anxious.
All these kids, the younger generation, what are they, Gen Xers or whatever? No, they're not Gen Xers. I'm a Gen Xer. Gen Z or whatever. These kids on TikToks control the shit out of somebody. So I guarantee you, kids, if your school is mandating prayer, get up there and start praying to Satan every single day. Because now when the school says you can't do that, yes, I can. You told me I must. Now you're going to tell me who I can and can't pray. Now you're infringing on my religious freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Do it, Gen X or Gen Z kids. Do it. Start that campaign online on TikTok. I know you all can.
Did y'all hear about the Comey and McCabe IRS audit?
Yes.
That Trump's
super rare. Like you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning than getting those on you from the IRS.
So you had Mnuchin, who was the head of the IRS. You had Trump, I'm sure, saying go after these two. You have Lindsey Graham actually authorized the audits. So I don't
What?
even. Yeah, supposedly he authorized the audit somehow. Now I'm not sure how that works because I think it would only have to go through Mnuchin to the IRS to attack them. I want to know because they're investigating it. Will Mnuchin or Trump or anyone in Trump's administration get charged?
They're investigating the investigation from the IRS because that sounds
Because it was
retaliatory.
targeted. Yeah,
Yeah,
retaliatory and targeted, and the type of audit it was brutal, like very rare type of audit.
so will any of them get charged?
Will any of them get charged after this investigation?
Will anyone get charged after the audits?
And I missed the details of how Lindsay was involved in it, but apparently he was somehow involved in going after them. He's in Congress. He really shouldn't have any say so about who the IRS audits.
Separation of powers.
Steve Mnuchin would certainly be aware of it.
I got I only pulled 6 cards, but there's the lovers here too, so that could possibly be 3 more. But there's definitely a King of Swords or King of Wands and a 10 of Swords. So there's a guy here that Groupon.com. See if you can get you a lawyer too, because I mean, yeah, he's in for it. Because I get the Ace of Swords, so there's some information that's going to come out about him. It will be a conflict, and it will be a very, very, very strong burden. 10 of Wands and the Hangman. So yes, I get him for sure. But like I said, I get the Lovers card too, so there could be 3 more, but definitely him.
I pulled this one. That's neutral. I pulled the Sun. Yes. Someone in the entourage or within the administration, part of the administration, taking orders from the king.
Yep.
Now, will anything come of it? I don't know. I just asked if somebody would get in trouble.
Yeah, I get this is going to be a slow and steady kind of investigation, but I get like there's a network, like a whole bunch of them that were trying to burden people that had already left, like Comey and McCabe, they'd already left, trying to burden them and surprise them with these audits. But I get they're going back and researching like all the records, and I get something leads directly to Trump. That's him telling other people do this, strong arming them. So something's going to lead back.
I mean, he had already screwed John McCabe so bad. He fired him the day before he was due to retire to screw him out of his pension. I mean,
which Biden got back for him.
Yeah, but I mean, is that not petty enough?
Is there anyone in Trump's administration or campaign that will be accused of something that we're shocked by? Because so far, I haven't been shocked by anything. I mean, it's been entertaining more so. Like it's like, oh, they found that out. Is there anyone in his administration or campaign that's going to be accused of something that we are shocked by? And if so, what is it? Because at this point, it's going to take a lot to shock me. I'm not surprised by anything anymore. They're messing with Medusa.
Um, I get someone older that may be very nervous, corrupted, extremely corrupted, and very uncertain of how to move forward. Now, this is a man if I look at the pip, and this is a man if I look at a pip. Possibly two older men that are very corrupted and confused. There's one here that may have some sort of seniority or very high level position that has had this position for a long time with the Lilies. Someone like a mentor or a guide, or this is this card here has like a sense of what's the word, regalcy? Is that the word I'm looking for?
Like an emperor or king or some sort of hierarchy.
Yeah, like a hierarchy. This person is very regal, corrupt, and very uncertain about stuff. There's going to be a lot of doubt around this man, and then there's this could also be in reference to someone that is military or veteran status, corruption here, and then this sort of trouble and confusion. But this can also be a person here as well because it's the King of Clubs. So I don't know who this is, but I don't get it someone new. It might be someone that we're already aware of, and it'll be the extent of their corruption or something that they stole that may be shocking, if that makes any sense.
I got the exact same person with the Emperor card here and the Ace of Wands. I don't think they've been in that position that they were in before because this is a new action or something that they were able to do because of where they are now. WordingforyouTube.com says they sold things, Nine of Pentacles, that were designed for diseases and things. That's one. They also sold things that you had to mix and concoct together. So some sort of substance with the Temperance card. There's also a attack or fight or something of that nature they orchestrated as well. And then there was the transportation of little people with the Six of Cups. And it was for the purpose of Nine of Pentacles. So that's what I get.
I get something big about transportation around the insurrection, big time. Transportation. I get a female that something has been very murky about, but the plans that they got off the ground and also trying to shift the votes. It's someone in the Republican Party, a female, that's going to get just annihilated over this. They're waiting for just the right time to present the knowledge that they have on this, and then it's going to be like yippee. But I'm getting a female, like someone in the Republican Party that's going to get annihilated.
Hopefully it's that Monistat two-toed Bang Green.
Or her sidekick.
Well, that one. She's about to get one and done. I don't know.
Hobart, as we call her now.
No, there ain't nothing. I don't like to slut shame. Girls, you do what you want to do. There's no reason for women to take the brunt of it just because you like sex. But that one, with her hypocrisy, I will slut shame her all day, every day. You had 2 abortions because of your profession, and now you're gonna.
We used to call a slut is still very well dressed. She's a skeezer. That's what we used to call that back.
So Boris Johnson resigned over the weekend, but he's saying that he'll stay in place until they vote in a new prime minister. For those that don't follow the UK politics, so is this his way? Like, is he going to hang on till the next elections, or will he step aside when they name a new one? Because he's been getting his butt in a sling over and over and over again for stuff he's been doing.
Or as the Lena calls him, the Yeti with better manners or better grammar. What he said.
In his own hair, not some hairpiece.
Oh, mercy.
He's like Trump. Like, if anybody looked back on his past, he was like a very entitled, rich, sent to the best schools, and doing pranks and crap all the time because he could get away with it as, the elite. So they knew what they were getting with him.
At least the British Parliament had enough sense to say, get the F out. Unlike Republicans over here, coddling and covering up for a man that just led an armed insurrection.
Yeah.
So hats off. Yeah.
There's like 20 people, I think, that left his administration before he resigned.
Yep. Unlike the piss poor Republicans here. That's disgusting. I saw something that had taken place at the British Parliament, which is kind of fun to watch because it just sounds like a bunch of people yelling at each other at the same time. It's so chaotic. But there was one guy that took to the floor and he was making the argument that he doesn't believe America is no longer a democracy just because of the crazy stuff that's happening here in the States with the Supreme Court taking rights away, which inspired the UK to expand their abortion rights and codify that into law. They're just like,
so glad we can help the rest of the world. Help us now.
We have to be the example of what not to do.
Yeah. Look at the US. Let's not become them.
We can't get our stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
I get Two of Swords and the Devil are the first two cards. There's something about not moving, not going, not the decision not being made. This, what was it? Lack of confidence vote.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but for whatever reason, he's hanging on like a bad smell type thing with the Two of Swords and the Devil. This has a lot to do with ego and some sort of egotistical drive for something too. It's not simply that they can't find the right person. The right person is going to come with the Two of Cups, but the Nine of Wands, again, he's still standing ground for some reason or another. So I get he hangs on for something.
Yeah, I get his power is done, but he continues to fight. Abuse of power here. There's something here about sex too. Don't know what that's about, but I get that even though his power has ended, there's still a fight or disputes here, and something about sex or stuff. I don't know.
There's something about sex coming up.
What happened?
There's because I'm getting it over here. He's very grounded. He's very grounded. He has strength there, working together. But he's been a little lover boy, and there's like probably another child or something that's going to come out here. But there's also like he's holding on. He's like trying to burden his own party, so to speak. He fights. Eventually, there will, because he starts out, here's the King of Pentacles. There will be another leader that comes forward that will force him to retire. But he's just partying and having a good old time and being the boss in the government. I don't get like evacuate stage left anytime soon.
Exactly, aggravated progressive. It was the most disgusting, sad thing to see in the world.
I mean,
someone that tries to act all macho and you're basically on your hands and knees with a freaking gag in your mouth and being dog walked by Putin for the whole world to see.
You're like 6'18" and Putin is like 4'2", and like you were like hunched over so that you didn't appear to be bigger than him. And
yeah,
he's got you on a lead, and you were okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get over here and fight your own Secret Service.
we were talking about this in the pre-show. Will Trump die before he's convicted of anything? Because he looks awful in every video I see. Like, he's got big bags under his eyes. His skin looks awful.
I mean, look at his start. So, I mean, he didn't have
Will he die before he gets convicted of anything, and then maybe pull a few cards on his health? He's still running that mouth, though.
Yes. I mean, this is technically no. This is
For entertainment purposes only, you two.
This is technically no. I got the 3 of Swords. And this is the card we've been getting for quite some time. So I'm just going to pull some cards on the health. Tell me about his health.
I get the card of mourning.
That would piss me off so bad.
Mourning the bully.
Okay.
I got a yes. I pulled this card first, then I pulled 2 more to get the story. It was a promise at birth for something for his work or for his sneakiness, but it's a promise. There's birth. This has to do with pregnancies, and there's like work or something manipulative or cunning. So change paths.
So I pulled the box. There is 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, 6 of Swords. Again, there's something possibly hereditary as well. 6 of Swords, Page of Swords, Star. There's a movement issue within the body, especially going from somewhere to the head. Like it's going upwards, north type thing. So the flow is going this way instead of just everywhere else. The King of Swords, a Page of Swords. There is some setbacks, but he's actually keeping this to himself. So instead of trying to go get treatment for something, the Ace of Swords and the Page of Cups, there's like fluid in the brain or on the brain or with the brain or something of that nature too.
Johnny, you're being generous. You're assuming he has a brain. There's just saying there's just water up there.
It might be dried out a little bit, so maybe that's hence the fluid. It's like pickling onions, I guess. The 6 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. There's also something about I think I said this last time too, like being compacted to where
like a trash compactor.
So he's having movement issues.
Okay.
So you're saying it's time for him to get some Miralax?
I mean, just a little bit.
A little bit of X-Lax, a little Metamucil.
Yeah, some X or something with an X in it.
Johnny, we are talking about the guy that's so full of crap we ran out of toilet paper, though. So.
Well, he probably ate it. He probably didn't run out of toilet paper. He was probably eating it.
The country we ran out of toilet paper.
I get something sudden, the grief of the, mourning the bully, so to speak. The rest of us are partying, by the way. But I think he's partying. He's doing too much of something. He's overindulging in something. And then surprise, all the transition cards. So he may have some blockages in his circulatory system. So there's something that, transitioning, and it's him.
Can you imagine if he's over there in his sad, miserable life because he's been kicked off Twitter? He's irrelevant. Truth Social is about to take a crap because that's about to get torn apart. And he's over there in Mar-a-Lago all depressed, crashing weddings, and he gets up there and just... So, somebody please record that. I know it sounds bad, but somebody please record that so I can at least laugh.
Can we take? Yeah, I just hope he's like struck by lightning on a golf course. That would just make my day. It's like visual, and we all see it, and God says, "Boom!" on a.
But that's what I thought too. Is he's going to have a spastic spasm in front of people and like go ballistic in
Is how he made fun of somebody else,
Yeah,
that was,
at a rally. At a rally.
and you're going to
So
see his
you
hair
wanna-
go in 20 directions.
You want to ask that morbid question? How's he gonna? Or is that too much? I mean, I'm okay with it.
What takes him out? We're petty. We can go there.
If this is too morbid for you guys, I don't want to hear about it.
I mean, but then again, this is the man who locked people's children up in cages and then left them there. So I have no sympathy. I'm sorry.
I have no
Not
sympathy.
Mother
This
Teresa.
is the man that pushed an insurrection that caused police officers to die. So, yeah.
Like Johnny was saying,
He caused deaths.
Took kids away from their parents. He calls how many millions of deaths during COVID? It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. How many people did you kill during? No.
While saying put a light up your butt to cure it.
Drink bleach. Eat
For entertainment purposes only.
If
YouTube.
it's too much for you, mute or go watch something else. Show's almost over anyway.
That's right. A lot of people are going to die from burgers, fries, and Cokes. And that's the lifestyle.
Just want y'all to know when I ain't here one day, that's what it was. You ain't got to wonder.
Old Sparky.
This again, there is something he's not sharing with the people who could help him, because I get the doctor right in the middle. So something he's not sharing. He is actually anxious about it because he can't do anything to fix it. Or not that he can't do anything to fix it. He's not doing the right things to fix it. So maybe he's not following doctor's orders or something of that nature. Has something to do with the body though, but not necessarily sudden. This is one of those things. He is. I don't think it's so sudden. I think it's kind of like you'll know because he'll be hospitalized, and it's like we're going that direction to where somebody might have to make a decision and those type of things. But that's the non-petty answer, and the petty answer is there's a secret something he got from somebody he was sleeping with. So that's.
So you mean to tell me that he's going to have a long, miserable death?
Because of syphilis. some sort of transmission between an agreement or a partnership here.
At this point, it would be neurosyphilis. At this point.
See, I get it's his heart. His heart goes because of all his long time partying and stuff. And it's like, this is a message from God. Time's up. Dude, you're gone. The bully is complete. And then nobody wants to meet him on the other side.
I'll be there. I can be there. Send me over.
Oh, Trump's coming. Who?
If you make me the devil, I'll welcome him in. With all my hellfire and fury.
Old poopy pants is coming, run.
Oh my
I'm going to be
God.
real petty. So I got the bouquet, the house, the garden, the fox, and the key. He's going to be happy somewhere outdoors in front of a large audience with his bass, and then something happens. And because I asked, how is he going to die?
Like at a rally.
With his bass at a rally. This is throwing me off with the fox. This would be like something, or manipulating them, defrauding them, and then boom, there's your access. So I get that it's going to be at a rally in front of a large audience.
Is that undercover access, maybe?
No, this would be fraud and manipulation. So he's at a rally defrauding his base, and
He swallowed his phone and he can't get it back out.
God takes that opportunity to send down a lightning bolt out of the sky.
Yeah, I asked how is he going to die at a rally defrauding his base, and then boom.
Devil, come get your kids. Come get your key.
I'm trying to get the job done.
There's so many to round up on that bus. You need a whole convoy of buses.
I can do it, Kenny. I'll have faith.
I wonder if his kids would. I mean, pulling the plug is just necessary sometimes because you can't live off a machine. But I wonder if they would even contemplate before they did it, or just like,
We're in charge now.
because there's no love there. Like,
they would gladly pull the plug and then start fighting each other over who gets to steal whose inheritance, like he did to his own siblings.
yeah, this is true.
That's
why hasn't he announced his candidacy? You know, they keep saying, "Oh, he's going to do it July 4th," and then, "Oh, he's going to do it, later in July." Blah blah blah. But I mean, he's been talking about running since he got pushed out of the office, but he's never formally announced. Why has he not formally announced his candidacy? Thank you, Marie. I just find it so bizarre that he hasn't announced his candidacy.
There is a scheme cooking, naturally. There is a scheme cooking here, and it's not ready yet, or there's something else that they are waiting on in the midst of that scheme. So they're going forward with something, but this is a scheme. So it's not even a legitimate. I mean, none of his runs for president were really legitimate. The problem was the last time he ran, they took him seriously. And so he didn't have a campaign staff because he wasn't running for president. He was running for hand claps and adoration. But it's still a scheme. So there's some sort of scheme being cooked up here. It's just not complete yet.
I get it. Might have something to do with super PACs. Their house ring key stars. One way to read that is he's financially comfort because this is routine financial comfort. See what I'm saying? It's circular. But it'll give him access to go in a different direction. So those last two cards, even though I only pulled a line of 5, I didn't pull a double. I'm wondering, I'm only asking this because I saw it on the TV, that if he announces his presidential candidacy, then there's something about what he's being investigated for will have to hold until after the elections. Do you see what I'm saying? But for right now, he's able to raise the money from his base. But there's access, or the answer is to go in a different direction here.
Yeah, like I would think he would want to go ahead and announce so that he can delay any or try to use that as a delay for any legal prosecutions and stuff.
Yeah,
I would think he'd try to use that as a defense, like, "Oh no, I'm running for president again. You can't charge me now."
Yeah.
I don't think it would stand. I think he would still get charged, because
yeah,
the law.
I do too. But there's something here about a super PAC too, because it's a lot of money with the bear from his base that is routine. So he's very financially comfortable because that is routine. It just keeps coming. It's promised already. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get he's lost Republicans. The loser, he's lost Republicans, so he's feeling burdened. And I also get because Melania has abandoned him, like she doesn't want him to run again. But he's got steady money coming in, and there's some sort of self-sacrifice kind of going on. He's still, doing the corruption and the manipulation and the sneaking around and everything. But I'm not getting, like, he's still lying. He's still gaslighting and stuff. I'm not getting, like, a direct answer other than he's lost some Republicans and he knows he would he knows he would lose the next election, so he's afraid to throw his hat in the ring because he doesn't want to be known as the loser.
Did you get money cards, Jenny?
I had the Knight of Pentacles, so he is getting steady money.
I just saw in the comments because mine was about money, yours was about money. Someone mentioned it in the comments.
He's got steady money, but he's worried, I think, that he'll lose. Like,
they were saying in the comments too, if he announces his presidency, he has to report the money that he's making. Well, he's already in trouble for the money that he raised for the Stop the Steal that he just used to enrich himself. Do you see what I'm saying? So just maybe, I don't know. What's the petty question, Jenny? What's the petty question?
Well, wasn't that the petty question? I don't have a funny one unless you do.
Okay. So the next hearing will be with Pat Cipollone on Tuesday. Is it Tuesday or Monday? Is it Tuesday?
No, Pat Cipollone testified Friday behind closed doors. Tuesday, they're doing the insurrectionists, like the Peanut Butter Boys and the One-Eyed Stewie Rhodes. And
okay, because we all know Trump's going to be watching it. We all know, because he just happens to put out a little statement on his Truth Social over there after every hearing. So you know he's hate watching that.
Yeah.
What's going to happen when he watches on
Tuesday's
hearing? And make it real petty, Jenny. Make it real petty.
I don't have to make it petty. It comes. I got petty guides. It comes out petty.
What's gonna happen? That's nasty.
Lori, he needs a diaper for this one. He always has a diaper.
Or just fling it around the room.
Ketchup on the walls. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And you attack the Secret Service, but not.
I want to know if he ate the hamburger before he threw the plate.
I mean, this is what I was hearing, and I'm going to go with that. He is going to throw things. He's going to have a tantrum, and he is going to throw things. And what those things are, I do not know, but he is going to throw things all around the room. He is going to be, for whatever reason. So I guess somebody says something that he just doesn't like. And mind you, he could be. He is emotionally unstable. So you could just say good morning in the wrong way and he might throw something at you. So he's going to throw things, something through the air, conflict and battle. So there you go.
Okay, so I get that he's going to have a couple of burgers here, and then he's going to get the runs, and then he's going to have to he's going to throw it all at the wall and make a mess of it for somebody else to clean up, and then he's going to get pissed off and break windows in the house with a paperweight or something heavy. That's what I'm getting. So he's going to eat burgers and give himself the runs and poop his pants.
He's going to realize he's been abandoned by a bunch of people. That he, Republicans and Peanut Butter Boys and all that, like an abundance of people that have abandoned him. He's going to think they've taken plea deals, and like that's it. Like they've taken deals. He'll get really anxious, and then he's going to party his butt off. He's gonna snort it up every orifice he's got. He's going to get on his media and try to defend himself, and send out all these messages, and he's a loser. My new Trump card over the fool. Loser. Well, thank you guys for joining us for another Friday night. We'll be on House of Lenormand channel next Sunday. Lena's going to be joining us, and Johnny's on Friday night with his gang. It's going to be on Sienna Rosa's channel. Anyone that would like to book a reading with us, you can pick up our email addresses on our about pages, or you can go to, for mine, you can go to jenlyntarot.com to schedule readings. Thank you, everybody.